This is now paragraph 68.
I believe you read paragraph 69.
On the 6th of November 2024, the House complaint was circulated to the Office of the National Commissioner and other members of SAPS by Ms. Mtembu from the Minister Mtunu's office. On the same day, Brigadier Letoko from the Office of the National Commissioner acknowledged receipt of the complaint in correspondence. In this acknowledgement, Brigadier Letoko advised that the appointment of a judicial oversight body fell within the Minister's powers and requested that the complaint be placed before the Minister. We read this paragraph before. Paragraph 70, I read paragraph 70 where I say, on the 31st of December, Minister Mkunu addressed a letter to the National Commissioner of the SAPS, General Fanny Masemola. In this letter, Minister Mkunu directed that the PKTT be disbanded with immediate effect. Minister Mkunu further instructed that a preliminary report on the disbandment of the PKTT be submitted to him by the 20th of January 2025, and that a final and closing report be presented to the Ministry, the Management Committee, and the Executive Committee at their meeting in late January 2025. A copy of this letter is attached here to Annexer SS8. Now, paragraph 71 says, on the 3rd of January 2025, Brigadier Letoko communicated Minister Mtunu's decision to myself and other officials. This communication directed me, the DNC for crime detection, to communicate the deactivation of the PKTT to the relevant teams, implement the deactivation of the PKTT, and further submit a close-up report by 14 January 2025 for the National Commissioner's consideration and sign off. A copy of this document is attached here to as Annexer SS9. I pause to mention that, as a matter of course, I ordinarily receive regular communication from Brigadier Letoko. In the execution of this function, Brigadier Letoko regularly conveys and copies communication and instructions on behalf of the National Commissioner. This is further evidenced by SS7, which reflects a response by Brigadier Letoko on behalf of the National Commissioner to the House conveying such communication. This pattern of communication forms part of the established chain of command. Accordingly, I have always acted on the basis of official instructions transmitted through these channels, and at no stage have I acted outside or contrary to the directive communicated to me in this manner. Paragraph 73, it is accordingly evident from this correspondence that the National Commissioner was fully aware of the disbandment of the PKTT and had instructed me to execute this disbandment in line with Minister Mtunu's directive. It is also noteworthy to add that the National Commissioner did not raise any objection on concerns regarding the disbandment directive. I emphasize that any role that I played in the disbandment of the PKTT was undertaken solely in the course and scope of instructions issued to me by the National Commissioner. As I report directly to him, I was entitled to presume that such instructions were lawfully issued and duly authorized, particularly as I knew that the National Commissioner himself had received directive from the Minister Mkunu. The alternative would have been to defy a direct order from my superior, which would itself have constituted unlawful conduct and a disciplinary offense. On the 7th of January 2025, following receipt of the email from the Office of the National Commissioner dated 3 January 2025, which is SS9, my office directed and emailed to the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Dumisani Kumalo, and brought SS9 to his attention. I directed that he provide a closing report for his sign off by 13 January 2025. A copy of the email dated 7 January 2025 is attached or marked as SS10. In amplification of the above, I also attach here to marked SS11 a screenshot of the WhatsApp communication between myself and Colonel Afenant of my office. In this exchange, Colonel Afenant confirmed that he discussed the contents of SS9 with Brigadier Letoko, the author thereof, and further confirmed that SS10 was sent to Lieutenant General Kumalo for the purpose of preparing a close-up report to be signed off by 13 January 2025. The National Commissioner was on leave at the time when I received the email on 3 January 2025. General Musikidi was appointed as the acting National Commissioner on the 31st of December 2024. I called Major General Rabi to assist me with preparing an implementation plan. General Rabi is the head of strategic management in the Office of the National Commissioner. After having discussions with Major General Rabi, he confirmed that he would put an implementation plan together for my consideration before and submit to the National Commissioner.
General, can I just check this for clarification?
All right, in my office.
Let's continue.
Commissioner. But it's KKT in my office. She's one of my support structure in the office. Now, General Rabi had cited the author of the...
Sorry, General, let me just pause you there because you, subsequent to preparing the statement, on Monday evening you forwarded further annexures for the Commission to consider. And you forwarded an annexure that you said was relevant to paragraph 79 of your statement as SS43. Do you still want to refer the Commission to that annexure or not? I'm just bringing it to your attention because it's not in the statement as it reads right now, because you sent it to us after the statement.
What is that one? All right, let me use this one. Now,
is this the annexure that you wanted to refer to for this paragraph?
Yes, by luck, I came across this document that was sent to me by Captain Keketsi that says...
Let me just direct the Chair and the Commissioners. It's SS43 and it's page 630, file 2A.
Can I proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
The message, the WhatsApp message says, "Good afternoon, DNC. General Sibola brought that document from General Rabi for your signature. She advised that DNC signs it instead of NASCOM, as the letter is addressed to DIFCOM CI." Then I said, and you can see the time is 16:23. I was no longer in office, I think. I may have been somewhere. I said, "Thank you. Let's sign it in the morning then. This is me." And then this was now on the 16th of January. Then this is the letter that I wanted to, or the annexer that I wanted to just show that my office received it from General Sibola And she even sent a note at night, in the evening, and say a message and say, we received this. They say you must sign it because since it was sent directly to the DIVCOM. Now the National Commission didn't want to sign it from his office, bypass me to the DIVCOM. He just said, no, since it's addressed to the DIVCOM, then let SIBIYA sign it. Then I signed it. As you see, that letter is not prepared by me. All of it is from the National Commissioner's office.
But it was you that requested, is it General Rabi, to prepare it?
I asked General Rabi, I informed the National Commissioner that I asked General Rabi. The National Commissioner also called General Rabi and said, assist General SIBIYA to prepare this close-up report. Yes.
Thank you. Please continue.
And did you read the report before you signed it?
I read the report.
And you agreed with the contents?
I read
Obviously.
the contents and I was satisfied.
Okay. Paragraph 80 then.
Before you do that, that message, that WhatsApp message refers to a letter that was addressed to the divisional.
That is the same letter that I signed for the deactivation, as instructed by the National Commissioner.
Yes. Now, I'm trying to clear my confusion at least. That message refers to a letter that you wrote to the divisional commissioner, and yet there's discussion of instructions to General Rabi from you. Can you just reconcile that so that I understand the sequence and what these facts that are being spoken to here about?
The letter that I wrote to the divisional commission, I'm now signing the letter. It's my letter now. But that comes from the office of the National Commissioner to say, no, because it's directed to the divisional commissioner, let it then be signed by the DNC. But the preparations of the letter come from General Rabi's office.
At your instance, though, yes, it comes from General Rabi's office at your instance.
I want to remind the chair that General Masemola himself, he also said he instructed General Rabi to help me. I understand and I accept when the chair says in your instance, but how I was advised is that when you establish or you disestablish, or whether you want to build a police station or whatever that you want to do in the police, there need to be a work study report that shows that there was an investigation or a study conducted. Now, in deactivating all the things that needs to be in the report, so the best person who can advise you on how to put this report together will be General Rabi. I called him. Then, when the National Commissioner later, when I communicated with him and said, okay, because he was saying to me, the minister says he wants the close-up report by the 20th, and then I will be back on the 14th. Make sure that when we meet, I've got the close-up report. And then I told him that, no, I've also asked General Rabi. He then also called General Rabi to say, General Rabi, make sure that there is this report, and then so that I can get it. In my case, then I then directed to General Kumalo as is. And then, because the National Commissioner wanted to have a meeting with me on the 14th upon his arrival, I said to General Kumalo, you make sure that I get it on the 13th so that me and him can engage, see where we can reach us. The minister further indicated that there must be reconsideration and review of certain capabilities such as political killing task team, which are primarily about addressing serious crime. He stated that SAPS should guard against creating structures, units based on specific category, whilst this duplicates the existing capabilities such as taxi killings, political killings, and being about murders. All about political killing, all being about murders. Minister directed that the presentation should have a narrative in relation to the relationship between the provincial commission. This is something else. Then the response by General Masemola, the last paragraph in the same page, he says, General Masemola indicated that the matter of the provincial commissioners was resolved some time ago by taking them down and have dotted lines to the deputy national commissioners, and the connection could still be done. He further stated that in terms of the inspectorate, in principle, the management agreed that there is a need to do away with it. However, there are difficulties with doing away with the unit right away. He gave an example with the affordability and expenses in case the regulation 35 was to be taken as an option. He further explained that political killing capabilities that is in place was in a form of task team and not a fixed unit or establishment. Now, that is what I wanted to raise, commissioners, that the National Commissioner did not really have serious or any objection. He just was actually agreeing, in agreement, that, look, this is a task team. It was not meant to be a permanent structure. It can be done. And based on these minutes, there has been a series of meetings that then preceded this meeting going ahead, in where this was the subject now, specifically.
As we said, we will engage you at the appropriate stage on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. We will return to this document at a later point. You can proceed in your statement. You may put it away. So you would be at paragraph 67 of your statement.
On the 31st of October 2024, there's Ms. Mary Diahas of the University of KwaZulu-Natal who lodged a complaint with the Minister of Police through Parliament regarding the PKTT. In her complaint, Diahas alleged that the PKTT was abusive and amounted to a gross wastage of personal and financial resources. She noted that these issues arose while General Mkhwanazi was in charge. A copy of the Diahas letter is attached here to as marked as Annexa SS6. Can I proceed reading? Diahas further called for the immediate disbandment of the PKTT and the urgent establishment of a judicial oversight body to investigate its operations, cases and related matters. On 6th of November 2024, Diahas' complaint was circulated to the Office of the National Commissioner and other members of SAPS by Ms. Mtembu from the Minister Mkhwenu's office. On the same day, Brigadier Letoko from the Office of the National Commissioner acknowledged receipt of the complaint in correspondence. In this acknowledgement, Brigadier Letoko advised that the appointment of a judicial oversight body fell within the powers of the minister and requested that the complaint be placed before the minister for further direction. A copy of this correspondence is attached here to as marked SS7. This is now the different correspondences that were being sent to the Office of the National Commissioner referring it to the Minister's Office. On the 31st of December,
Sorry,
Minister Mkhwenu...
General, just so that whatever significance you have attached to these paragraphs is not lost on us, maybe if you would just explain the significance, why are you mentioning this and what significance are you asking us to attach to it in a further discussion with you?
what significance I'm attaching to this thing is that when you look at the series of emails that were actually being circulated about the complaint of the political killing task team and as to who must deal with it, and including Office of the National Commissioner saying issues of policy, but I wish I could be reading from it, must be dealt with by the minister. So all I'm saying is that the communication around the political killing task team, it was not like an overnight something where one day we just saw a letter that came. It is something that has been having a build-up, where there were some communications. And these communications, it included all of us, even myself at some point, I was also copied. So it's a subject that I also knew that it is on the table, it is being discussed or looked at. That is what I was trying to maybe signal commissioners.
Thank you.
So you had been copied on the Mary de Haas complaint?
Not Mary de Haas. There is somewhere where I'm copied in the trail of emails that I'm referring to. There.
Okay.
From Brigadier Toko and others, because my office was also copied.
And you mentioned this still in the context of you saying the commissioner, national commissioner, could not have been surprised by the decision of the 31st of December.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, General.
You can proceed.
Proceed.